Right, grab hold of you a minute. Excuse the moving around. Let's see what you can see. So, welcome back to Woodland Life. Where, as you can see, I'm digging a hole. Why am I digging a hole, you may ask? Well, very simply, we've got a bit of a production process going on today. I can't remember if I mentioned it, but back in the winter, January, February 2022, we had some storms, and there was a pine that uprooted itself in the wind, came down, fell over, broke a bit of my fence. The top half of it is still in the next door woodland boundary. The bottom half of it, I sectioned it into three. One part of it is currently being used as a pillar holding up the roof of my workshop, and this is the second part of it, so the mid section that I had, with the third section currently over here as a fence post, and that's what these two sections are being used for. I need to get a gate on here just to define the boundary, so I mean, that's my next door neighbour effectively, and this is where my woodland begins. I won't go into the reasons why I need to put a gate up, but sadly that's just the world we live in. And what I'm doing is, I thought I'd utilise this uprooted timber, this pine, for that purpose. So you may be asking, next question, why is it that funny colour? Well, that's because I did a service on my vehicle in the springtime. Like most people that do their own services, had some engine oil left, decided to use that as a preservative after reading up on that. And then I had one of these posts. This one I've actually been treating in the woodland, so I stripped the bark off it, debarked it. Hasn't left the woodland since I sectioned it from the uprooted tree. But I did a bit of an experiment with a bit that's already in, so I took that home in my truck, and then I painted it with used engine oil. I wanted to see what the effect of that would be, because I've never used it before as a preservative. So I painted it on, left it outdoors for a few weeks, and the engine oil effectively soaked in, so that you could pick it up and move it around without getting dirty, which was really what I was looking for. So I have recoated this since it's been down here. Now the reason that was important to me is because I didn't want to be painting things with engine oil and then they'd be soaking into the soil and killing off wildlife, etc. And I was glad to see that probably won't be the case when it dries off. I was able to move it out, so I put it back in my truck and brought it back down here and placed it in the ground. Now, how is it supported? Well, as you can see, you've got to dig a deep hole. It's got to be at least 2 feet deep. And then it is supported with rocks rather than soil. Soil will retain the water, and that will increase any sort of opportunity for rot. So basically, the cavity around the outside is filled with rocks. They are tamped down nice and secure, and then I'm going to put some ballast on top of that as well. The reason you do that is any water that runs into that hole now will soak down past the rocks, not be retained. It would do if it was soil, and hopefully with the engine oil saturated into the log as well, that should preserve the life of that post, and hopefully preserve the life of both of them. Now this one I've obviously painted in situ. I haven't taken that one home, so that is soaking in there, and when they're done, I guess I can get some gate to put on there and define my front door basically. And that's what we're doing today, so I just thought I'd share that with you. Anyway, I better get on with finishing this hole. We're nearly there. Need to go a little bit further down and widen it out, and then get some rocks, and then chuck it in. Anyway, see you next time.